See the Fire we've had here obviously since she was a yearling. She came in soon after she was broken. She's beautifully bred filly. By See the Stars, obviously, who won a Jubbont International out of Arabian Queen, who also won a Jubbont International. She's always looked a very smart filly. She won on debut as a 2-year-old at Newmarket and then ran some very good races in defeat in top 2-year-old races. As a 3-year-old, we really didn't see the best of her until we got to the Nassau Stakes at Goodwood, where she was narrowly beaten in the Nassau, obviously as a Group 1 for fillies, over 1.25 miles, and then she went on and won the Strensall Stakes against older colts and all-comers at York. She's started this year in fabulous form. She was very impressive in the Middleton, winning a Group 2 in very easy fashion. And then we thought she ran a super race at Ascot against the boys in the Prince of Waleses. So she's had a little break since then with the view to preparing her for the Nassau again and hopefully going one better than we did last year.
See the Fire in the noseband, looking for a way through in behind.
Well, the Prince of Waleses this year was run at a ferocious gallop, and it suited the closers, and probably in hindsight we rode her to sit in behind Los Angeles and focus on beating him, and probably left us vulnerable at the end of the race to the closers. Having said that, they're top class horses and we might not have beaten them whatever we'd done, but it was still a career best performance, and she'll have an easier time, you would have thought, against back with her own sex in the Nassau. Having said that, there are a couple of very good 3-year-old fillies coming through the ranks, so never easy at Group 1 level, but she's going there in great shape. There's evidence to suggest that she's improving all the time, and she certainly looks to have done physically. She's really sort of put on condition now, and it seems to be taking her work and her racing in her stride. So, she's an exciting filly, and hopefully the best is yet to come. Goodwood's an unusual track. It's uphill, then downhill, and then quickening downhill into the straight before sort of levelling it off for the last 2 furlongs. Goodwood isn't for every horse, but most of the good horses seem to handle it well because they're well balanced and brave, and that's what you need to be at Goodwood. See the Fire seems to have both those attributes. The win and in incentive is very important for any owner. It certainly pushes it towards the forefront of your priorities, and we hope let's get the win and you're in first, and then we'll worry about the Breeders' Cup afterwards. But if we could get one, it would be make it very enticing. The Breeders' Cup obviously is a hugely important meeting worldwide, but it does come at the end of a long season, so really depends. Whilst it'd be lovely to think we might be sending See the Fire for the fillies and mares, it just really depends on how she's training at the end of the season and what happens between now and then. But it's very much on the it's on the short list, as it were, for our autumn campaign. But there's a lot of water to go under the bridge before now and then. Well, I think the Breeders' Cup is a truly international event. I remember well when it first started. Obviously the prize money at the time was so much more than anywhere else in the world, and became a huge focus for everybody for their end of season. The golden goal was the Breeders' Cup. I remember my dad taking a horse called Selkirk out to run, who was the champion miler in England, to run at Gulfstream Park, and I remember the excitement and the buzz around the yard for the 3 weeks leading up to the Breeders' Cup.
And Selkirk, who's in behind a wall of horses, exits.
It would be lovely to think one day we'd have a horse good enough to be competitive in a Breeders' Cup race. We've had a couple of runners so far, but no joy. So it's something very much that we'd be striving to achieve at some stage.
Lure does it in front running style.